Bunny here, and welcome back to my channel, Kolor Sip. We are going to work on the Pop Manga Mermaids book, if you can see that. You may hear Kate from Kate's Coloring Haven in the background because I am actually listening to her live stream right now. I'm multitasking, y'all. And also, if you can tell by the title of this video that this is a Kolor Sip. And so I'm sipping on tequila, and I changed it from whip and drink to Kolor Sip. It's the same thing. You know, I'm off today. The hubby is at work, so I have a little time to record, and so that's what I'm doing. Well, let me make sure everything is good. Yes. Okay. So this is for Kate and Sammy's Nautical Neverland, Tasia's Aquatic Theme Month. I hope this fits. I mean, this is like a little octopus thing going on here. And for my Christmas in July, as well as Shalene and Jen Reading with Pups Christmas in July color along. So I'm making it work for, you know, several things. So if I get quiet, it's because I'm reading the chat on Kate's video, just because I don't really want to miss anything. I had the time and I saw that she was streaming, so I don't want to miss the stream, you know? I just don't want to miss it. Oh, apparently Dee Dee did a 6-hour stream. Wow. Anyway, so I'm gonna, if you could tell, the way I made this Christmas is by doing the bows red and green. Red and green to me symbolize Christmas. So you see how that looks. And I was gonna work on these bows, but I can do that off camera because I don't think I'm going to get to it on camera. So I'm gonna lay down my first color of skin tone, and then I'm probably gonna go in and do this squid octopus thing going on here. So let's get to that. I'm going to pause real quick so I can sharpen this pencil, and then I will be right back. Alright, so I'm going to say, we're going to see, her forehead would have probably ended here. I'm going to go here. And I'm using Crazart pencils. I have to get the Misfits books because Kate, Sammy, KP, Tasia, I believe Shalene, so many people are coloring that book. They're making me want it with their creativity in it. So definitely, you know, enabling me to go get another book. My hubby is not going to be happy with that. He even though he's the one who turned me on to coloring, he's like, you have plenty. You have plenty, woman. I mean, come on. But little did he know, you know, I'm like, you know how I was with my reading books, which I need to recollect all the ones I had to give away when we moved down here. because it just was, we drove and it was just no way to fit all those books and the rest of the stuff in a car, you know. So had to, sacrifice the books. So I need to replace those, and now that I have, found coloring, I need to, I'm gonna put in a lip real quick. The way I put this lip in, you all will think I knew how to draw, right? I did that pretty confidently. So yeah, you would think that he would know from the amount of books that I have that I have a bit of a OCD issue, and I get obsessed pretty easily, especially with things I enjoy. There's worse things to be obsessed with. So I'm going to add this to the list of things that I will be collecting. So, but my goal is to finish all the books that I own and will own. It's not like I'm not going to color. It's very much going to color. I believe Kate's either doing a flip through or trying to decide what she's going to color. So, and then I gotta get the neck. That's a neck area. Alright, so that was cappuccino. Now I'm gonna go pause you all while I figure out what color I'm gonna do this. I know I'm gonna add pink, but I'm gonna see if I'm gonna do a series of pink and I'm gonna do purples. I really don't want it to clash too much with these bows. So let me think on it real quick and I will be back. Okay, so I think I have my colors. I was going to do terracotta, but I don't really like how that's looking on the page. So I'm going to do the octopus. I was reading the chat and Sammy was doing the flip through of Misfits. And now, I wish you all, and I said this in the chat, will stop with these flip throughs because I don't need another reason, like I said, to buy any more books. Like, I want them. I already have a bit of an obsession, and it's just adding to it and adding to it and adding to it with all these pages. So now I want that Misfits book, and then if I get one Misfits book, that means I'm gonna probably have to get most of them because, like I said, I have a bit of an addictive personality, especially when it comes to books. So I have to complete a set most of the time. So there that goes. Okay. So what have you all been up to? And if you hear this like thing going on, it's my laptop. It's old, it overheats. I have it a little off of the table so that it can get some air under it, but it does overheat. So sorry about that. Okay, let me make sure I'm still in frame. Okay, I need to bring you all down a little bit. Okay. Okay, so I was watching this documentary about the murder of a nun back in the late 60s. It may have been like 69 or whatever. And it was unsolved. I haven't finished the documentary. It's a docu-series basically. So I haven't finished it. But they believe it's because she saw something that or knew about things that were going on. Basically, what has been coming out for the last, couple of decades about sexual abuse in the Catholic Church. And it was about, she was a teacher in a, all-girl Catholic school. And, I haven't seen all of it, so oh, I just saw somebody has a new book coming out. I'm gonna have to go back and read that chat. And what happened was that she probably heard a student came and told her something or whatever. They had a Jane Doe, and the Jane Doe has come forward, and that's where I left off on that series. And it's so sad what's going on with the Catholic Church and the cover-ups that, apparently they were doing. I am not a religious person. And it's funny because a lot of people say, well, people use that, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. What is that? So, not to get super serious, but what that means really is that I believe in God, But I'm not into religion, meaning that religion is a business. I don't want to spark a debate and make anyone sad, but it's a business. It's every religion wants to basically, not every, let me take that back. Many religions want to convert people. That's how you keep the religion going. You want to convert people. You want to keep the people you have them raise their child in that religion, and bring as many people on as you can. A lot of churches make their money through tithes. Unfortunately, a lot of churches have officials who do not work 9 to 5. Their job is being unofficial, a pastor, a priest, or whatever the case may be, and so they rely on that money. And some of them are, false prophets and wolves in sheep clothing, that they're only really in it for the money because that money is, tax free. And unfortunately, the parishioners are the ones that end up paying for that because they get so caught up in their pastor or priest or whoever the clergy title is of that religion, that they lose sight that this is supposed to be a gathering place for you and like-minded people to worship your higher power, not a place to buy a jet or support a lifestyle that not even you are living. There's a church where I am that you have to show your income tax in order to join that church. Needless to say, that is not a church that I would ever think about joining, because what does that have to do with worshiping God? So, you know, that's why I say I've become a spiritual person and not a religious person. Now, with that being said, I am baptized Catholic, and I am from the South, and you know, she's buffering. I am from the South, and most Black people are surprised, most people in general are surprised that I am Catholic, as you do not see many Black Catholics in the South. You really, in the South is more of a Baptist religion, is the most common. Lucky for me, I grew up, the rest of my family is Baptist, so for a while I did get to go to both, because I like singing in the choir at the Baptist church. But I love the hours that Catholic churches have, because you know, some churches, you're there all morning on Sunday, you get there, you don't leave till the afternoon. Whereas in a Catholic church, you're there for an hour, hour and a half, and you're about your business, you know. And I have fond memories of, you know, my time as a child with the Catholic Church. I didn't have any issues with, excuse me. I didn't have any issues with the priest or anything like that from the church I went to as a kid. They were super good to us. We've spent nights at the nunnery, at the in the summertime, you know, we went to summer camp, and the summer camp that we went to was a Catholic Bible school day summer camp. My first experience at a lake was with my church. So I have fond memories of going to church, of being with that church, but obviously you can't, it's like, a church is like people, you know, you can't judge do a blanket statement about any of them. However, since then, I mean, maybe because of that, I have never found another church that has that vibe. It was very much like a family. They helped you out. They did not expect anything in return. They never asked for anything in return. It was what a church was supposed to do. You are a parishioner. We are people of God. We have the means to help you, so we're going to help you. I'm stuck. I'm going to, and am I stuck on my video? And how many minutes am I in? 19 minutes. So, I didn't even tell you all what colors. So that was cappuccino. I'm using Pink Orchid right now, and I had used rose pink on the body. So maybe that's why I'm not as gung-ho with religions as I maybe would have been had I had a different experience with church. But having had such a positive experience, I just can't settle for anything less than that. You know, anything less than a family feel, anything less than people who come together and, you know, really believe that we are children of God first. So, I that's why I have the where I am now as terms of religion. With that being said, it is so sad all the information that's coming out about these religions, including the Catholic Church, and what has been swept under the rug, and, you know, all these secrets and lies and deceit. It's crazy. It really is. These are supposed to be places and people who you look up to. We are all human and fall short, but when you intentionally do things, you can't be surprised when you lose your credibility and, you know, followers, and people don't believe who you say you are and what the religion is supposed to be about when things start to come to light. So in this show, she was going to expose it, and they're thinking that perhaps there was a cover-up. They're not sure if she was murdered by people she knew, but they definitely believe that there was a cover-up as far as her death and the reason it hasn't been unsolved as long as it had been. If it still is. Like I said, I haven't finished watching it, so I don't know if they solved it or not. It's weird that people say pink and red clash when pink comes from, you know, pink is a lighter version of red. So I'm hoping that this works out and it doesn't clash so bad. That's why I decided not to use the purple. And I definitely didn't want to use gray because I felt like that would have been too much with the brown skin tone with the type of gray that I have. So it was just me that was buffering. That's unfortunate. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with just regular pink. I'm going to do a light, all of these layers so far that I'm doing are light because I just want to get the color down. And then what I will do, plus it's going to be multiple videos, but I want this first video for you all to see what it is going to look like. And then the subsequent videos will be just really smoothing everything out, blending, making sure that it's good. Okay, so, and that was pink. So around it is Pink Orchard. We have pink we're gonna do, just make sure we do, I'm doing heavy pressure in these little suction cup hole type things where that grip comes from with the octopus. So hold on one second. Let me. Okay, so you all have seen me done skin tone before, and I'm gonna keep doing the skin tone till I get it how I want it to be, because I still haven't perfected the lay down yet. So of the color, it's still streaks on me, and it's the only one that does. So I don't know why. So I really want to figure that out. So I will keep trying and trying until I get it right. So I'm back with the rose pink. I'm going to go over the whole thing. It's probably going to mute some of that pink orchid out. I'm going to try to avoid it with the actual bigger ones, but this here, I just really don't want to go and work so hard to avoid those little small areas. And like I said, you'll hear Kate in the background if you're hearing anything. I turned it up because I couldn't hear what she was talking about, and I really don't want to miss out on her chat while I'm chatting with you all. No, I hope you all don't think that's rude, but I didn't want to miss her chat. But I wanted to get this video out, at least the first part, while I have the time to do it, while I don't have any cooking to do. My hubby likes to watch movies, so sometimes, I don't film because there's that going on in the background. Plus, we listen to a lot of music and definitely don't want that in the background because it'll get flagged. So, being home alone, I was like, okay, this is the perfect opportunity to get some work done. Okay, so that's looking good. And if you want to, if you're working with budget pencils, especially the hard core budget pencils, the hard lead budget pencil, it is patience, because it's time consuming to get the look that you want. It's all about, it's layers on layers on layers on layers. If you try to go For at least for me, if you try hard pressure straight out the gate, it's hard to maintain a consistent pressure. So it ends up looking streaky. Even more so, it's harder to blend if you ever want to. Well, not blend, because they don't really blend as so much as you are just lightly layering over another one and making it look as though it's blending. But that is hard to achieve that effect if you start off right away with just straight hard pressure. So for me, it's a lot of light layers, going back over, going back over, going back over, going back over to achieve that look. Now, if I had Prismacolors, it would probably cut my time in over half. You know, I would probably be able to complete a picture or page in a quarter of the time that it takes me with these pencils. However, I don't have Prismacolors right now, and I'm not gonna not color it waiting on pencils that I don't have. So I work with what I have, and it takes as long as it takes. And the background is watered down. Is watered down acrylic paint. Some it was a little more watery than others. It didn't shrink the page at all, and it didn't go through. It wasn't really watery, but some parts was watery than others. That's how I got it to look light in some places, and then more paint and less water in other places. Then around the bowls is colored pencil, and the bowls itself in the inside of them are colored pencil. So just the yellow background is watered down acrylic paint. Apple Barrel is the brand of paint that I use. In my area, it's 50 cents for a bottle, a small bottle about that big. And I probably could do better. I'm buffering. Kate's buffering it again. Perhaps if I pause it and then let it buffer and then hit play, it'll fix itself. Probably not, but who knows. Okay, so we have that in, and I don't think it clashes that much. All right, so I'm gonna go back in with my Pink Orchard, and yeah, it's just me because people are she asked the question and people are answering her, so I'm buffering. It's my internet. And it's probably because I'm filming. Because I'm not filming directly on my camera, I'm filming on the YouTube app. And then I'm watching this on my laptop, and I'm signed into my account on both devices. And that was really because I wasn't sure if Kate was at the end of her stream when I caught her, or the beginning. And if anyone else ended up streaming, I wanted to catch them as well. So I logged in and on both devices. My internet is probably mad at me. My Wi-Fi is probably like, what are you doing? I think I need to do something about the speed or something, because it's been acting up on other things. Plus my laptop is old, so it may be my laptop as well. My laptop is old for a laptop. I think it's like 2013 or something. Not even 2013. What am I talking about? Like 2003, 2005. It's old. Okay, so alright. So I'm gonna go in here with this pink orchid and just in the really dark shaded areas make that also pink orchid. And I need to put down a sheet. Okay, I'm gonna put you all on pause while I go get a sheet to put this down on, because it is starting to come through a little bit on this other page. Lucky for me, I caught it so I can erase that ink, but we don't want to deal with that at all. So, plus we're 40 minutes in. It may cut me off soon, but we'll see how far we can go. Okay. Whew. So, I went and got a piece of paper to catch that. I would have been so upset because it happened to me in another book, in my Kirby book, because I didn't, that was my first book, and I really didn't consider that the ink may, transfer. May transfer when coloring. So one of the pages I finished, I did with paint in the background, and the paint went right onto the other page, and so it may limit what I can do with that other page as far as color, because it transfers so much. But what can you do, right? You just gotta deal with it, and I'll figure it out. It's not like I'm gonna not color that page, that's for sure. Like I told y'all, my goal is to finish Every page, even the ones that I don't really care for, because I spent the money. So there isn't a page in a book yet that I just really, really dislike. Oh, okay. So I'm still working with my pink orchard in these really darker shaded areas. And in the light shaded areas, I'm still gonna use the pink orchid, but I'm just not gonna do um, excuse me, as dark as much pressure. Whew. Sorry for the burp, but that's that tequila. I told you all this is a Kolor Sip, and I just took a swig and it went down the wrong pipe, and I swallowed it so fast it made me burp. So I'm sorry about that. You know, I am sorry about that. So have you heard Jay-Z and Beyonce's other new song? They have the song The Colors, and then well, not the song, the album. And they just released another song that is not really on that album, and it's called Salute. It's a pretty nice song. It's a pretty nice song. I'm liking it. I'm digging it. What is y'all's favorite song? If you don't mind me asking, leave it in the comments. Give me something to listen to. I have a wide range of musical tastes. My mom likes doo-wop, so I know, of course, Motown songs, but Chubby Checkers, Fat Domino, um, um, the Teenagers, just a bunch of songs. Plus, I was in the band. I played clarinet, and so I like classical music and opera, jazz. Not all jazz, but some jazz. Um, I like to play jazz. As more than I listen to jazz. Um, you know, I like '90s hair bands or rock music like Aerosmith and Bon Jovi. Um, um, Metallica. Uh, I like pop music. Of course, I like R&B music. Um, I like some of today's music as far as like hip hop. I like old school hip hop, absolutely. So, you know, let me know what you're listening to. Do you listen to music while you color? I know some of us, like do like I'm doing right now, and watch videos while they color. But if you, on the times when you're not watching videos, are you listening to music? Are you listening to an audio book? Do you just color in silence? What's your routine? I haven't listened to an audio book while coloring. It never even dawned on me to do that, which is weird because I used to work at a bank, and I worked in the offices. I didn't have to talk to anybody, so like customers or whatever. So we absolutely we just were on computers all day, you know, adjusting accounts and everything. We really didn't have to speak to each other to get our work done. So we were allowed to wear headphones. In fact, if you forgot to bring your headphones, it made for a very long day, which was one of my side hustles while I was there. I sold snacks. We had our own little cube, and in my desk I had salt. I had condiments basically. I had salt, mustard, mayo, pepper, and not packets. I'm talking about a bottle of. Only packets I had was mayo, but I had bought a bottle of ketchup, a bottle of mustard, spoons, forks, and packs of cheap headphones. And that was my little side hustle. So if you didn't bring your headphones, you know, for $3, you could buy a pack of headphones from me to get you through the day, you know. If you forgot, you know, you went down to the cab, or you went to a food truck or whatever, and you forgot to get you some mustard or some ketchup, don't worry about it. For a fee, I'll squirt you out some. You know, like really, it was a hustle that you know, made me a little side change every now and then. Especially the headphones. The headphones was the seller. Nobody wants to be bored while they're at work and everyone else is listening to music or whatever they're listening to, and you're click-clacking away at your desk in silence, you know? So, unfortunately, I work in a store now, so that hustle wouldn't really work for me because they could just go to the store and buy it cheaper than what I would have to charge to make my money back plus a profit. How far in are we? 48 minutes. So there'll be a part 2 to this, and that'll be it really, because I don't think it'll take a third part to just do the skin and the hair and the bows. And I may do the small bow off camera just so I can figure out how I'm going to lay that color out. Okay. But this is pretty much how I wanted it to look. I think it's coming out alright. I am tempted to try to go over the broad areas with that terracotta just to break up the color a little bit, because I do feel like the color is a little more monochromatic than I wanted it to be, and it's not as blended or smooth as I would like it to be. So I'm thinking about doing that. I'm not sure right now. So just a thought. And the sun has come back out and it's peeking through onto my page. Uh-oh. Kate is about to say goodbye. So let me see what that would look like if I went over it. Oh yeah, that actually looks pretty good. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to use heavy pressure on top of that just so I can really get that color in there. Whenever I get any more pencils, I'll show you all my color supply, because I do also have razors. It'll be a quick video because I'm not one for, I use what works, right? So hopefully when I do get my Prismas, my pencil sharpener will work well enough on that I don't have to buy another pencil sharpener, because I like the one that I have. It works. Once it doesn't work, I'm not gonna like replace the blades. I think I could if I wanted to, but I don't think I'm going to, because I'm going to get, this is what I have and it suctions itself, right? But I think my next purchase, unless I find a way to fix how it is now, but it will be one that clamps and not one that suctions, because that's really the only thing I don't like about this pencil sharpener. Other than that, I love it. It gives me really sharp points. Sometimes my pencil gets stuck in there, but I've figured out how to keep my lead from breaking, because you can feel it when it starts to stick, and you just have to, take it out and work with it really quickly before, don't force it. Basically, don't force it once it gets stuck. Don't force it. Take it out and work, rotate the handle a couple of times, then try your pencil again, and most of the time it will fix itself. It will stop. I don't know what makes it get stuck, but it does get stuck sometimes. See, that's better. I like that. So I missed a lot of I missed some of the chat, but that's alright because you know the chats do end up going on to be something you can watch the video later and read the chat. Have the chat replay, you know? So that's what I'll do. And I will probably upload this, and then the next one will be maybe tomorrow or something, because later on tonight. It won't be right after this one, just because my battery is dying, and I think it's because my phone is getting to the point of it's getting old, and because the battery seems to need to be charged more than it used to. And after this, I'm going to work off camera again. I'm working on the background of the walking horse page that I'm doing a buddy color with Shalene at the Coloring Book Nook and Erica. So the part that I'm going to film is the inside. It's Joanna's Christmas coloring book, and it's a image, and it has a square. It's squared out, and then in the inside it has a circle, and then inside that it has some designs and the rocking horse. I'm only going to color what is inside the circle. The rest is I consider background. And so I'm doing that off camera because, like I've said in my other videos, these pencils take a very long time to complete a background. You wouldn't want to see that. It takes hours on hours on hours sometimes because it's just layer on layer on layer on layer to get it to where I'm happy with it. Like this page here took 3 days just to do the blue on this picture. Now it wasn't obviously 2 whole complete days, but you can only work so long doing this before you get tired of it and have to do something else. So, those are my notes from Celine's Friday video. But excuse me. It takes a while, so that's why I do those off camera. So when I finish that, then I will film my last part of that. It will be done before the end of July because it is for Christmas in July, and it is for buddy color buddy color, so it will be completed and it will be part of my finished pages. I have been working on it. I just been working on it off camera. But if you are interested in seeing the progress of it or any of my pages, because I don't color everything that I color on camera. So Instagram is where I post all of my works in progress. All of my whips are on Instagram. And it's at Bunnitaz, BUNNITAZ. And you know, you can just follow me there if you're interested in seeing what I'm working on at the moment. I color every day. I take my coloring to work. So I color on my breaks and I color on my lunches. So, you know, there will always be, you know, updates. And so there, that's that right there. I really like that. I'm gonna take pink and I'm going to really go over these sticks on the inside. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that chat because I heard someone is having a new coloring book coming out. As if I need to know. Alright. I really want these tentacles and the suctions to, you know, I should have looked up what these are called because I know they're not called suctions, but for lack of knowing what they are actually called, that's what I'm going to call them. My hubby should be close to having a break by now, which is good because I am over an hour in. I'm surprised that it hasn't cut off yet. But I'm happy with how this has turned out. And when we do part 2, we will be focusing on her face, her hair, and the big bow. I'm going to do the little bow off camera just so I can figure out how I'm going to do the plaid. Okay, so yeah, that looks good. That looks how I want it. So I will be back with part 2, you all. Until then, thank you all for watching my coloring sip. I think I did pretty well considering I was sipping quite a bit. I don't know if you all heard me smacking, but that's what I was doing. I will be back hopefully shortly, later on tonight. If not, then it will be soon. And we will finish this picture. All right. So thank you all for joining me. Till next time.